Tennis icon Novak Djokovic reacts to Eileen Gu's powerful message. Eileen Gu's 2026 Winter Olympics run has been put under the microscope as others try to politicize her decisions. The Chinese representative still managed to come out on top, grabbing a medal in all the freestyle skiing disciplines she participated in. Gu previously acknowledged how difficult it is to remain on top, but her biggest asset is her trust in herself. She said he approached the 3 events she was part of like a 100-meter dash, and her confidence pushed her. Trust, however, is not something one can switch on and off once on the stage, according to her. A reporter tried to get into her mind about her preparations, and she shared an insightful thought that even one of the greatest tennis players ever agreed with. The power of sport is unparalleled because it is evidence over affirmation. Because you don't tell yourself, "Oh, I can handle the pressure. I'm so great," Gu told reporters during a press conference. You do it time and again. Sports are really honest because you can't lie to yourself. You know when you stayed late and other people weren't there. You know when you showed up early and other people weren't there. You know when you gave 100% in training, day in and day out, for months. It's not about at the last second I tell myself a chip a little line and call it a day. It's the fact that I look back on quite literally years, like decade of hard work, of pouring my heart and soul into this sport. And so yeah, it's trusting myself and it's building that trust every day. Her eloquence in speaking her thoughts has people admiring her. On Athlete Mindset Media's Instagram post, one wrote that she could get into politics. The biggest compliment came from tennis icon Novak Djokovic, who reposted the IG post on his story with the caption, "Well said." Gu reposted Djokovic's compliment with heart and high-five emojis. The trust that Gu spoke about materialized into something special. The 22-year-old Olympic icon, who previously represented the United States at the 2022 Games, won silver in slopestyle and big air and defended her halfpipe title, which she won 4 years ago. She is now the most decorated freestyle skier, having collected a total of 6 medals across 2 Olympic Games. In the rare air where champions breathe, words carry weight. Not the fleeting kind that dissolves in headlines, but the kind that echoes across locker rooms, training courts, and young hearts watching from afar. When Eileen Gu, Olympic freestyle skiing sensation, cultural bridge, and voice of a new athletic generation, shared her powerful message about identity, resilience, and purpose, the sports world paused. Among those who listened closely was tennis icon Novak Djokovic. Djokovic is no stranger to powerful messages himself. Over the course of his storied career, he has embodied perseverance, mental fortitude, and a relentless belief in self-improvement. Yet even legends remain students of the game, of sport, of life, of growth. When Gu spoke about embracing complexity, standing firm in one's truth, and redefining success beyond medals, Djokovic responded not as a competitor, but as a fellow traveler on the long, demanding road of greatness. Eileen Gu's message was led. It wasn't just about winning. It wasn't just about skiing. It was about identity in a world that often prefers simplicity. As a Chinese-American athlete competing on a global stage, she has navigated cultural expectations, public scrutiny, and the pressure of representation. Her words reflected clarity, that embracing all parts of oneself, heritage, ambition, vulnerability, is not a weakness but a source of power. For Djokovic, the resonance was immediate. Throughout his career, Djokovic has walked a path uniquely his own. Emerging from Serbia during a period of political and economic turbulence, he often stood outside the traditional power structures of tennis. In an era dominated by established legends from Western Europe and North America, Djokovic carved out his place not only with talent, but with a defiant belief in his own potential. He has spoken often about the mental battles that accompany physical competition. The silence before a serve, the roar of a crowd not always in your favor, the isolation of being misunderstood. Gu's emphasis on internal conviction, on knowing who you are even when others debate it, mirrored Djokovic's own philosophy. In his reaction, Djokovic praised Gu's courage. Not merely the courage required to attempt a triple cock on a frozen halfpipe, but the quieter courage of authenticity. Sport gives us a platform, he noted, but it is what we stand for beyond sport that defines our legacy. That sentiment is deeply Djokovic. For years, he has advocated for mental health awareness among athletes. He has spoken about meditation, gratitude practices, and the importance of nurturing the mind as fiercely as the body. Gu's message about embracing pressure as a privilege, about turning scrutiny into strength, aligns with Djokovic's belief that challenges are catalysts. Both athletes understand that adversity is not a detour from greatness. It is the path. There is also a generational bridge at play. Djokovic represents a generation of athletes who fought for recognition in systems that were slower to change. Gu symbolizes a generation fluent in global identity, digital storytelling, and social advocacy. Yet their core truths overlap: discipline, self-belief, resilience. When Gu spoke about young girls watching her and seeing possibility rather than limitation, Djokovic responded by reflecting on his own childhood. He has often recounted practicing in bomb shelters during the NATO bombings in Serbia, dreaming of Wimbledon titles while sirens echoed overhead. He knows what it means to hold onto a vision others cannot yet see. In his reaction, he highlighted the importance of role models who expand the imagination of what is possible. When young people see someone who reflects their complexity, he said, they learn that they don't have to shrink to fit expectations. It is a powerful idea that greatness need not require erasure. In tennis, Djokovic has sometimes been cast as the disruptor, the one who interrupted a beloved rivalry. Instead of resisting that narrative, he built his own. He sharpened his backhand, fortified his endurance, and cultivated a mental resilience that turned hostile crowds into fuel. Gu's message about transforming doubt into determination echoes that same alchemy. There is poetry in champions recognizing champions. Though their sports differ, one unfolding across manicured grass and hard courts, the other in gravity-defying arcs over snow, their internal landscapes share familiar terrain. Fear before competition, the solitude of training, the relentless cycle of expectation and reinvention. Gu's emphasis on education, creativity, and multidimensional identity also struck a chord. She has balanced elite athletic performance with academic excellence and modeling, defying the narrow archetype of the single-track athlete. Djokovic, too, has cultivated interests beyond tennis, philanthropy, wellness advocacy, and youth development initiatives in Serbia and beyond. In his reaction, he emphasized the importance of holistic growth. Champions are not defined by one dimension, he reflected. The more you grow as a person, the stronger you become as an athlete. This perspective challenges the outdated notion that singular,